It's Bam Bam GT here with another video. This video right here, y'all can already see. Going check out the Hellcat red eye. You know what I mean? Full muscle. I know I was looking at Audi a lot because I mean I like their cars. I like how they perform, and it's a nice horsepower and it's nice horsepower to control. You know what I mean? Off the lot. It's like, yeah, if I want to go, I can go. If I want to just chill, I can chill with that car. You know what I mean? I don't have to keep pushing it too hard, but if I want to push it, I have the horsepower to. Now, this car right here we checking. It don't take that much to push it. It don't take that much to push it. But hey, I'm gonna show you what it does, and we learn from there. Cause I don't really know too much about Dodge Chargers besides it's fast, it's loud, and people drift with it so easily. Like that's it. Every car me I see, you look across this corner, you hear that whining sound. You see the car just turning. You see the headlights turn towards you. It's the most sexiest look I ever seen from a car drifting. I'm sorry. Like I don't care what car you got. It can be a Lamborghini. You can have even a Porsche. I don't care. Seeing a Charger or like a Challenger just drifting, hearing that sound and hearing that engine it doesn't matter what kind of car you have, that sound and that look of it just drifting is just it's all for me. Like it's a mood. Like it's really a vibe. It's a vibe. It's just something that you have to see in person. It's just like I was at a car meet before and I saw that, well, a couple people doing it. They had a Porsche, they did it, they was drifting around with it. I'm like, okay, you know, it's a Porsche, it looked nice, it sounds pretty good. And then you see the Hellcat, you hear that whine, you hear that exhaust in the back, that this muscle sound. It just hits different, you know what I mean? Maybe some of y'all understand it, maybe some of y'all just like, well, a Lamborghini and a Porsche look way better than that. Yeah, I fully understand it. Way expensive, way more horsepower, I get it, but it's like, regardless, that sound and that look, that tail lights just turning with the wide body look, it's just, you can't beat it. Like, I'm sorry, you can't beat it. But yeah, I'm gonna check out this video because I'm not that, if you know me, I'm not that heavy on Hemis. I love the sound of Hemi. I love the sound of that engine. I'm more into turbo cars just because I just love that whoosh sound. I love that sound from the turbo. And you know, regular aspirated cars, I guess that's what you call it, without no turbo or anything. They sound nice, but it's more just exhaust in the back. That exhaust in the back just sounds just mean, which I like, but I don't know. I do like turbo cars, but let me stop talking. I'm just gonna jump into it, see what's up. Already, I'm sorry I stopped, like literally stopped 3 seconds into it. That sound is me. I love it. I love it. I love that sound, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go back just because of the sound. I'm sorry. I know y'all like, bro, it's not that serious. It is. I love that sound. Just listen, man. I like how the intro started with just showing nothing but just the sound of it. Like,
I'm Yuri. I'm Jacob. We're going for a drive. '21 Dodge Charger.
SRT Hellcat red eye wide body with launch control. Keep going! Keep going! Oh man, that's fast! Woo!
oh man. Oh man. Let's just get in my heart. If this costs almost close to the same price of a RS5, I don't even know, bro. I'm sorry. If it costs close to the same amount, I don't even know. Cause this would it. Please put a comment section below. Is this like this the one with the 707 horsepower, isn't it, or 700 and something horsepower, right? Yeah, because the scat pack. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Please, anybody who got Dodge Chargers, don't be coming at me like, oh bro, you said it wrong. Gotta put some respect on Mopar. But like for real, it's like I think the scat pack has like what four something, and then it jumps from like 4 or something like that to like 7 or 6 from like whatever, and then the red eye is like 7 something, or I don't know. But if it's the same price, like a little bit lower than the RS5, like why? Like I get it. One of the things, because I'm not trying to talk too much, but one of the things I do dislike about it, like before we even get all the way into it, is just that it's outdated. Like, I'm sorry, it's outdated. Like, yeah, some like they come out with New Year, like, oh, there's New Year for this, but it's the same thing. Like, you have a 2023 Hellcat that's no different from the 2022 or 2018. Like, no different whatsoever. So it's like maybe a little bit tuning, maybe a little bit stuff. I know the backup camera is shitty. Like, I know these things from personally because my friend has a Hellcat. And I've been in there with it. I felt the horsepower. And it makes you, it's like, it makes you have like a kind of psychological like thing. Because when you feel a Hellcat horsepower and then you get back into a Kia GT line, you feel that horsepower, you low key be feeling like, bro, like, what's wrong with my engine? Like, you think that your engine is stalling, like, bro, there's no way I'm pushing that much. It's like, I don't know. It's like night and day, basically. It's like when you feel that, it's like you don't want to go back to something slow, because you can drive that regular, you know what I mean. You can put in eco mode, drive it, you know what I mean, good. But it's like a cop tried to pull you over. Let's be for real. Everybody saw any video off of YouTube of a cop trying to pull over a Hellcat. Like, if y'all need me to show y'all, I will literally post a video after this, literally show you what happens when a cop try to pull over a Hellcat. It doesn't, like, yeah, they would chase after them, call on the radio, but like, it's like if you ain't run out of gas, you ain't touching it. Like, let's be for real. But one thing I don't like about it is it's just outdated. I think that's the same look since 2016 or 17 maybe. Way before they came out with the Hellcat or anything like that. Just the body look of it, of the Charger. I'm not sure when it came out, but it's just the same look. It's just like they gotta update it. They just gotta update the look. Keep the horsepower, keep the Hemi, update the look, update your cameras, update the interior. Like, give it a little bit more. Like, shoot, make it a coupe. You know what I mean? Like I understand that the Challenger is a coupe, but it's like, come on, like the Challenger is like literally a boat. Like, they both a boat, but the Challenger is a boat. Like it's just like basically driving a freaking plane. You gotta turn the steering wheel and stuff like that. It's like, for all that, you might as well just, you know what I mean. But I'm gonna just jump back in the video, man. I ain't mean to talk too much.
Horsepower and torque, 790.
Yeah, Garrett though. Yeah, I should have let it play through. I was talking throughout almost the entire video. So 797 horsepower. That didn't even dawn into my head yet. I'm gonna have to text my friend. I don't believe he had that. He can't have that much horsepower. Cause he had a red eye too. There's no way that was that much horsepower. It felt like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, even if it's like moving so fast that like you're trying to push your body forward, but you can't. Like, you're like stuck in the seat. Even if you try to move, it's like so hard to move. Like, it's weird. Like, it's just weird. It's like, it's different. Damn, he had that much horsepower. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. I'm sorry. I know y'all probably like, come on, get with the video. It's just like, bro, like, wow.
horsepower.
It just, I'm sorry for playing pausing. It's just, to me in my head, it's just kind of just like, bro, that's stock. That's stock. Like, it's no point in doing anything to it. Just customize. Give it a splitter. Give it a wing in the back. Maybe a diffuser. You know what I mean? A front lip. You know what I mean? Maybe do a little bit with the hood. Maybe. Get a nice little wrap if you don't want to. That'd look like a nice color. I wouldn't even touch that. I'll just keep it that way. But it's like cars like this is something that I would want. Cause like you don't have to customize anything. You're good to go off the lot. And if for some reason you want tuning, which I would never do, cause I don't trust myself over. I don't even trust myself over 400 horsepower, to be honest. I've been in a 400 horsepower car before. It's scary as shit. Like, seeing my friend drive that car was scary as hell. Because as he was driving fast, he turned the steering wheel to whoop it and turn corners and stuff like that. And he was just doing it faithfully. Like, yeah, man, it's easy. You just got to, oversteer with the back pedal, I'm like, bro, like, no. My car don't do that. Like, the hell? My car go, his is more like just, I'm not even going to try to even do it, but.
707 pound-feet.
I'm just gonna go back a little bit, just a little bit. Imagine that all-wheel drive.
Horsepower and torque.
797 horsepower, 707 pound-feet of torque from a 6.2-liter supercharged V8.
And instead of doing some turns at TMP Cayuga, I've decided I'm going to do some donuts. So
Yeah, that makes sense in this car.
Got to. You got to do donuts in that
Definitely
car.
passes the donut test.
let me try to do one big one.
Okay. Yeah, this is pretty sick.
That's why they call me Yuri Takeover Tershin.
Nobody calls you that. All right, let's go back onto the road. And by back, I mean forward for the first time. If you're shopping for a new Dodge Charger, click the TrueCar link in the top right corner to get discounted price offers.
And for everyone watching, when's the last time you actually clicked the subscribe tab on your YouTube? If it's been over a month, you might as well click subscribe, throw us in there, and never look at us again. Driving this is the most fun. Anytime you floor, you get that.
If y'all don't even like my videos, say just hit subscribe. You don't have to look at me ever again.
So much power all the time. This is the coolest experience that is going away since everyone's going EV soon.
Yeah, and Stellantis just announced all their EV plans. They are going to have an EV muscle car, which is going to be some form of this thing. It's going to be totally different.
Is it going to have a HEM-E?
Oh, we'll have to see about that. But this thing is absolutely perfect for the time that we're currently living in. This Hellcat Red Eye has a bunch of Demon parts on it, like the supercharger, which is borrowed from the Demon. We have a bunch of Demon stuff like the transmission. We have several Demon parts, which make this thing the most unreal street and track experience.
Pretty much exactly the same as the Red Eye Challenger that we also reviewed a couple years ago.
Yeah, except we now have it with 4 doors, basically.
Do you really notice the difference in this compared to the regular Hellcat?
Not really.
No, and you can't get a manual in a Charger, but you can get a Hellcat wide body manual in a Challenger.
That's right.
And
it's non-Red Eye.
And I usually don't really like sedans, but I love this so much. It's so wide. Starting
even know
with
that.
the looks,
I didn't know you could
we
get
got
manual.
this in Raisin Hell.
Hell Raisin, Yuri.
I thought it was Raisin Hell.
No, it's Hell Raisin. Get it? Because it's raisin?
Yeah, but I thought it was Raising Hell.
No.
But Raisin, because purple. But anyways, it looks pretty good. Not my ideal color. I would go with that cool blue color.
Yeah, or even Plum Crazy, which we had on the Challenger, which was pretty cool.
I actually like that color
I
they got right now. I actually like that color,
like this, you
to be
kind of want to
honest.
go under the radar. I think this is
That
actually a
color,
great
to me, that color is pretty
But
hard.
the front end looks so
That color
nice.
hard.
Real vents.
Jeez, like you see the wide body fenders from the front beside the headlights. It's kind of like the TRX thing and like the Raptor thing.
And then we've got the really cool headlights up there. We've got a lot of scoops, a lot of intakes on the hood. Under the hood, we have a supercharged Hemi.
Yeah, with the 2.7 liter supercharger from the Demon.
Okay, let's hear what a supercharger sounds like.
Whee!
By the way, this gets awful gas mileage.
Yes, the answer to gas mileage is yes.
It's so bad, but so worth it, because this is kind of just like a weird engineering like show car. It's not supposed to be practical. If someone's like, the gas mileage is bad, it's like, It's not meant for that.
You have 800 horsepower.
And then exhaust sound, going through tunnels, this will change your life. After going through under a tunnel, I want this more than...
That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to go to Hemi. Just having a Hemi, it's just the gas mileage. That's one of the deal breakers to me. But it's like, even if I get the RS5 and I boost it up and stuff like that, like I'm gonna start changes in the gas mileage as well. So it's like, regardless, like, you know what I mean.
than pretty much any car ever.
Yeah, the exhaust sound is unreal. It is so violent, and if you're standing in front of the tunnel, you hear the supercharger. When it passes you, all you hear is that violent exhaust.
Sounds like a goddamn hurricane.
Let's take a listen to the outside.
And then back to look, side view, we've got the normal Charger bodyline, which I think is really cool. Fender Flares look awesome.
Yeah, they look amazing.
Last time I tricked a bunch of people saying we had the Hellcat, but really I just showed the fenders on my Honda Element. Because it was a burgundy one.
Were they actually tricked?
Yeah, no, people were like, oh, I thought you had a Hellcat, because it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, well, we got sick wheels on this one, super wide, unlike your Element.
So sick, so deep dish, and we've got orange brake calipers, but what would be the Continental recommended tire?
The Continental Extreme Contact Sport.
And having these Brembos, like stopping after we did our launches and stuff, we did do a cool drag race short, check that out.
Yeah, and we also did a full quarter mile, and this thing stopped on a dime after.
I don't know about a dime, but like,
No,
I felt very confident in the braking system.
Yes.
And back to looks, the back end.
Super beefy from the back end. The taillights just kind of make it look even wider as well.
Yeah, perfect taillights. Everyone's kind of been copying them with the lines all across, but this is just like a legendary look.
And then we got perfect exhaust tips. Like, everything's great back there. Like, nothing to complain about.
You know, these are the same taillights since Fast and Furious did that Fast and Furious with the Vault heist. They've been running the same taillights. Like, talk about a company that figured it out and kept it going.
And talking about Fast and Furious, you owe me a 10-second car? This is a 10-second car, according to DOGE. Now, that's a very difficult number to actually achieve in the real world.
Yeah, because this has so much power that it's really hard to launch properly. But I mean, they built the Demon. This is for kind of like drag racing stuff. If you want to get that really low quarter mile.
Ish. It's definitely low in comparison to like most cars, but it's just so hard to get that number.
Okay, and then to finish off the looks, our doors, they've got little buttons, so it's not just proximity touch, but it's been really easy to use.
Yeah, I mean, it's a door handle.
And then the keys too. You get a red key to unlock all 797 horsepower, but then you can also have a black key that gets you only down to like 500 horsepower.
Yeah, and you can also change that through the infotainment, even driving with the red key, but why would you ever do that?
Yeah, if you do 500 horsepower, so...
You could still use 797 in the winter, just slightly less throttle.
So looks-wise, this or a Challenger Hellcat Red Eye?
I mean, I think this. It's four doors.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to look at.
I think
I wouldn't
this now-
want the
A wide
just a
body
2-door.
four-door.
And I don't even like sedans.
Yeah, exactly. I love sedans, so I mean, I'm sold, obviously.
And then how about this looks-wise compared to an E63 sedan?
This, it's just ridiculous.
Is there any sedan that looks cooler than this?
No.
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 That settles it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get you behind the wheel, do some launches, maybe some skids, and then talk about all the other cool features in here.
I'm not going to use launch control. I'm going to use burnout control, aka my right foot.
Oh, we should warm up the tires with a line lock first.
We probably should.
I feel as though if I get this car, I'm gonna have to pay for so much like money on tires. Like I feel as though if I get this car, like all my money's gonna be going to tires. Like for real. Like not even customizing, not even like putting little stuff on it, make it look, you know, decent, make it look like a sports car or whatever. Like all my money's gonna go into tires. Cause I'm burning them tires every day, just for no reason, at all. Just be at a red light next to a cop and do a burnout and just take off. Like, what he's gonna do? You know what I mean?
That's way better than launch control.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. I should probably do a couple little donuts as well.
How about we do it clockwise instead of my counterclockwise?
Well, I always like to go left.
We gotta even out the tire wear, bro.
All right. Let's go to the other way then. This is not my usual way. Might be thrown off here. No, I'm still the burnout master and drift master. Come on. I am the king.
Wait, what happened there?
Still going. All right, let's head out onto the road. Perfect one, as always. So now that I've got that out of my system.
You can never fully get this out of your system.
No, you don't. I just want this back into my system all the time. Like, just injected into my veins. Like, God, this car's amazing.
But say we had to drive it gently.
Okay.
Okay, let's put it to auto.
All right, so auto, super chill mode, the revs are dropping, our ZF 8-speed is in the lowest gear, actually I'd say the highest gear.
It's not that loud.
No, it's really not.
And it's pretty comfortable, like bouncy-wise.
Yeah, the suspension's actually really, really well damped. You can put it into track mode, it gets a little bit bouncy, but you have options, which is great, because this adaptive suspension is awesome.
I feel like this is a lot more dailyable than the Challenger, not only because of the 4 doors.
Yes.
But for some reason. But then also, these seats combined with the suspension, it's like race couch.
This is exactly race couch. This is awesome.
It's perfect.
So you guys are probably wondering why we haven't talked about turns yet. I mean, it's a Hellcat, it's a red eye, it's a wide body. It can turn. Does it turn very well? Not really. Does it need to? Not really. It still has this. And yes, that was basically in comfort mode.
Yeah, it's nice that you can just like kind of floor it whenever, and it'll just still give it the beans.
Yeah, but the steering is actually quite good. It's quite
really
nice.
Really good.
And it is fully adjustable through the infotainment. We have track, sport, and custom. Yuri and I have basically just left this in custom because that's the best mode.
Yeah, we just have our suspension and our traction in sport.
Street.
Street?
Street.
But okay, I was driving this in the rain because it was a very rainy week here up in Toronto.
Yeah, it was.
And it was fine. I just had like full normal traction on, and you floored it, it goes, "Meow," and then it just chills out. It does a really good job of keeping you on the road.
Right, exactly. And like the real world stuff, that's what they want to know, because Dodge claims this can do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. That's really, really hard to actually do. Just like the quarter-mile time.
Yeah, 17-foot rollout on a prep surface.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I think that's the only bad part about having this, like, just racing-wise. It's just the simple fact that, like, half the time when you're racing with this, you're due a burnout. Like, for real, like, you gotta have some silks on, like, whatever you call it, for the tires. And then you gotta do a prep or something like that before you race, because, like, you can't just race on the regular, just stock tires. Like, you just can't. Like, you're just gonna be doing burnouts all the time. Like, it's just no way. But, I mean, that's something to keep in mind.
I don't know what the details are.
No, exactly. But daily driving this, fantastic. Like, gobs of power. Who cares about the gas mileage? It drives so great. Race couch, this is perfect.
Okay, and then as for backseat room, we both fit there perfectly fine.
Yeah, this would be a great taxi.
And we got a bunch of trunk room. Cup holders are fantastic. We've got visors that probably extend.
Oh yeah, this is probably double.
3, 2, 1.
Full pass and extension. Boom.
And the only thing that I
Do they do that with every car? Like, why? Like,
don't like
I just
about this
noticed
is
that. They do that with
reverse
every
camera.
car.
It looks like someone held a lighter to it and burnt it.
The reverse camera.
Yeah, I heard about that. 'Cause I seen my friends. My friend has the exact same car, totally different color, but his backup camera is just terrible. It's terrible. He actually thinking about I'm not sure he done it yet, but he actually thinking about upgrading his camera from the back. He found something that's compatible with some, I don't know. I don't even know how you upgrade backup cameras, but he's doing it, and he said he's upgrading it because that backup camera is just trash. So I'm not sure if it looks good, but that does look like someone just had a lighter and burned it, or like I don't know. It's like playing like a PS2 game. Like, it's just
It's terrible.
But they're all like that.
Yes.
And like we're not surprised. We're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's really bad. But do you care?
No. And then my other criticism, again, my only criticism, is I wish the drive modes were just actual physical buttons. We do have the SRT button to get to them, but then they're all through the touchscreen.
And then we do have performance pages, but that's something you're going to do when you have multiple sets of tires to roast and test stuff out when this car would be yours.
And that you have time for the performance pages to load, because it takes forever.
And in defense of the drive modes being so difficult, I think it's good because you really should really be sure you want to turn everything off to do dumb stuff if you want to do dumb stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But at least we do have a button to turn off our dumb stuff and turn on our dumb stuff, aka our traction control. It is a hard button. But let's talk about some of the cool features that we have in here. We do have a chiller, so we can actually cool down the supercharger after you've done launches and stuff like that. It'll also send AC to the supercharger, redirecting it out of the cabin when you have it in track mode. So this thing's just built for the track.
And then we have line lock, which you guys already saw. That's pretty cool. And then we have our different RPM that we could set for our launch control. We had that set at 1500.
That's pretty much where you have to leave it.
And it's still like not perfect. I think you really need to do like line lock, prep surface, know what you're doing to really take full advantage of it, or else it's gonna be like kind of soft off the start, but then
Yep. quick interior stuff. We do have carbon fiber. It is an optional package. I do really like it. It is matted out.
I don't mind it.
Anything to help save weight in something that's
Is
this
it real
heavy.
carbon fiber though?
Yeah, obviously. It costs a lot of money. And then we do have the worst paddles probably of any manufacturer.
Okay, they're not that bad because we do have the radio buttons behind the steering wheel, and that is like the best feature ever. Cleans up the steering wheel nicely.
No, it needs proper paddles.
We can set up shift lights for here,
My
but
paddles
it's
do
like
look
a red
stupid.
flash, and everything's kind of red. The tack is red on red. It's hard to see.
Nah,
This is an
that
automatic
tack
launching
is bad.
car.
Like, why you
Yeah,
put
like,
red
Just
on
leave it in
red?
auto.
But if you want to just like rip around, then
At least have the
Right.
And I would
for the tack. At least have the red line at least like black or something, so you can tell if you're getting close to it. Like clearly, you can tell common sense wise if you're getting close to 6 or 7. Like you need a shift or something like that. But it's automatic, so I mean it shouldn't really matter. But still, like it's like
I would call this a safety feature. You can actually see every individual digit of speedometer because you go so fast in this thing.
Yeah, I love
Like-
the speedometer. It's great.
Every digit.
Yeah, a lot of manufacturers don't do that. They're like, oh, you only need to see every.
why is it
50
blurring out
digits.
like that? Is that
Yeah, but
that's
depending
mine?
on the Dodge
Oh,
or
Yeah,
Stellantis
the new
product,
Maserati
Close
are
course,
Alfa Romeo.
some of
okay.
them are not. They're a little bit laggy, so I don't know what's going on at some of these companies.
People saying my Maserati's cheap. Where's your Maserati then, huh?
If you don't get that, then
It's TikTok. Everyone hates the Maserati guy.
there you go.
So I feel like that's kind of
I
everything
get
with the
that.
Hellcat Red Eye.
I mean, this is just
That is
that-
everything about
yes.
the Hellcat Red Eye.
yes. Like we really don't need to go into more depth than that. Like this is just Anyways,
So obviously we both want
I feel his pain. Like I understand like how he's smiling so much. I feel his pain. Like it's not really pain, but his joy. It's like I like that too. Like I like this behavior, just to just to go like that anytime you want. Not even just because, just to hear the sound of the engine. Like it's just like I'm like low key like trying to keep my smiling, but I'm kind of smiling with him. I'm not even in the car.
love this car. Let's get to the price.
this one starts at $87,515.
Canadian, great price.
And
That's
this one
Canadian.
is sitting at $116,685.
Oh, bargain of the century.
Yeah, you pretty
Really? For a Hellcat? I think cause this video came out for the 2020 version, like showing it on 20, like it probably was like 2022, showing it the new 2021 one. If you get what I'm saying, like being in 2020 and then showing the 2021 car, like how we are in 2021 right now. And I did in my recent videos you want to go through and check out. I did the RS5, that was 2022, which is extremely expensive. I think because it's showing it for the new year, that's why it's so expensive. So I think that's what it is. I think that came down a lot because brand new, I'm seeing Hellcats around like 70 to 60,000. Brand new, 70 to 60,000. So it's like 70 to 60,000 was 797 horsepower off the bat. It's like, whew, man. But I know that price dropped down
pretty much
dramatically.
just have to get one of these because they're not going to be around for very much longer.
And like, this is probably a lot cooler than like a 392.
Oh, remember the title of our 392 video? Do not drive a Hellcat before buying one of those. It's 100% true.
This is the best. I want one. Okay, would you take this?
I heard that saying too. I mean to pause too much, but I heard that saying too because my friend said he was gonna get a 392 and then a Scat Pack. I'm not sure what's the difference between those two. I think they're the same, right? But let me know in the comment section below if the 392 and the Scat Pack is literally the same thing. I'm not sure, but he said he was getting it, and then the dude was like, I guess he was getting it for like I think 40 or something like that thousand. He was getting a good deal on it. It was like they both were brand new, and then he was like, you can do that, or you can get more horsepower with a Hellcat Red Eye that he's trying to sell him. So he was like, show me what it is, and he got in there. He felt the horsepower. He was like, yeah, I want that, but it was a lot more. But he was like, it looks a lot better. And, he just wound up going with that. So, he told me that it is night and day, though. It is night and day horsepower. Like, yeah, it puts you in your seat and stuff like that. But that, like, this right here is
This over a
different. It's
Challenger
different.
Hellcat manual, non-red eye?
I've been racking my brain thinking about that. I think, man, I still don't know.
I'd go manual Challenger.
No,
Even though you don't like that shifter, I had a lot of fun with that.
I totally get that, and I love the fact that it's manual, and I think we should be preserving V8 rear-wheel drive supercharged manuals, but I really like the sedan aspect of this. I think I'm going to make my final decision, and it's this.
This or M2CS manual?
This. I like, the M2CS is a better driver's car, but the type of driver that I am...
Yeah, the M2, like, that BMW, yeah, I would agree with that. Like, it's a nice driving car. Like, let's say you want to go from here to there, you want to get on it a couple of times, like, hit the gas or something like that. Yeah, that's totally, like, I would go with that car. But the Hellcat, for sure, for just playing around, just, like flexing. Like, you don't even have to flex that much. Just put your feet on the gas. Like you just need to, like, that's it. Like, that's all you got to do, just to flex. Like, you don't have to do too much. It's like, well, like you don't even have to touch the gas, to be honest. You can just park near, like, just drive near somebody's car and just hear the just revving of the engine just moving, just coming from the engine. It's like, you don't have to do too much. It's like, but I'm definitely going with the Hellcat. I'm with him.
This is hard. That I can't decide.
Yeah, because, like, going to the track, I would just take this to the drag strip, have so much fun, just chill with my boys, and then just go home, and, like, that's it. Whereas...
By drag strip, you mean intersection.
No,
And by boys, you mean fireworks.
No, I definitely mean
and
drag
by chill,
strip.
you mean gasoline circle.
I definitely mean drag strip at
that makes
Toronto
sense.
Motorsports Park. But it'd just be so much fun to just drag this car all the time.
Yeah.
I would actually just go Demon if I could.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Demon overall, for sure.
Okay.
We agree with that?
Yes, fully agree. And if you're shopping for a new Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat
Ooh,
Red
look
Eye
at the
Wide Body, and you
white.
live in the United States, click the Trooper.
Oh, so the red eye has 797, and then the regular just Hellcat, I guess if I'm looking at it, has 707 horsepower. Okay. Yeah, the regular Hellcat looks clean though. They look the same, but I like that color, that white and black. Like, that looks mean, man. That looks mean. That is mean. But Jesus, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm, like, still staring at it. Like, okay, I was gonna end this video, but I'm just gonna jump into this because I actually want to see this the lower version of it.
I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we
Are going to hell.
2020 Dodge Charger SRT.
Hellcat wide body with launch control. Yes!
Horsepower torque.
707 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque for a 6.2-liter supercharged V8. Yes!
Is it like worth it going from a Hellcat, just regular standard Hellcat, to a red eye? Because, yeah, I get it. You getting, like, what? So the red eye is 797, right? And then so you're getting like 90 more horsepower, correct? Because it's 797, then you got 707. So you're getting 90 more horsepower. But it's like, just being at 700 horsepower is enough. So it's like, does it really matter that much? Because, like, I don't know. For me, I would chill with just the regular standard, like, Hellcat. Like I wouldn't really care too much to get in the red eye. Because, like, horsepower is horsepower. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, well, sorry, had to plug in my charger. My computer just told me, you know what I mean, it's thirsty right now. But yeah, it's like, that's a lot of horsepower. But it's like, regardless, you get 90 more, which is, you probably touch it a little bit. You can touch 8 easily. I mean, it's not that far from it. But, you know, we got 707. I mean, still, it's like, that's a nice chunk of horsepower. Like, but then again, I gotta think about that it's heavy, because Hellcat is heavy. They like a boat. Then you gotta worry about gas a lot, like, cause you just can't drive that normal. Let's be for real. Anybody in this chat that used to have a Hellcat or have a Hellcat or just a 392 Scat Pack, whatever the case may be, come on now. You don't drive this just normal. Like, you don't drive a V8 normal. Like, come on now. Like, you hitting that gas. Like,
So as you guys know from our previous reviews of the manual Hellcat Challenger and the Hellcat Red Eye, we love Hellcats. This is our first time in a Charger Hellcat.
Yeah, I can scream 707 horsepower for the rest of my life.
Even though the Red Eye's more.
797. And even 717 for the other ones now.
And since this is our first Charger Hellcat, I want to start off with the looks.
That's probably a good place to start considering the wide body is brand new for 2020.
And before we keep going, if you like your horsepower torque, try one.
Horsepower torque!
Yeah, maybe consider subscribing.
Horsepower and torque!
Yo, it's fun.
Or horse pork, which is what Donut Media says if the horsepower matches the torque.
Horsepower.
Horsepower.
Okay, this car's been around for like 15 years, and they make it look better every year.
Yeah, I don't think any other company in the world has done that.
Yeah, and they pulled it off so well. I mean, Fox Body tried.
Yeah, but how long was that around for?
Like since 1974, I think, to 1993.
I get, yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Fox bodies.
Okay, so front end, they made it look so much more modern, like really clean intakes everywhere. Everything looks real. We've got the cool new style headlights.
Yeah, the LEDs in the headlights look really good. We also have a very aggressive looking Hellcat style hood.
Yeah, having a black hood on a white Challenger with a wide body is definitely bait out.
And up front, we also have a mail slot for more air.
I think that's a very cool name.
It is.
And then you can see those bolted on fenders there as well, and you can see them on the back. They stick out so much, and they have room for such wide tires. I love the wide look on the Challengers and the Chargers.
Yeah, the wide look is amazing, and the fact that they molded it into the front bumper and made everything wide just looks proper. Because, like, they saw what the aftermarket was doing, and they just did it better.
It's like a stock Liberty Walk kit or something.
Pretty much.
Okay, from the side view, we still have the same old Dodge Charger line that they pretty much had the whole time. But now with the Fender Flares, it looks really good. We've got this one in white, but lucky enough, we picked the perfect angle of the sun to make everything pop.
And I love these wide body style wheels. They're so fat and just so good looking.
It's such a deep rim, and what is the Continental recommended tire for the Dodge Charger Hellcat?
The Extreme Contact Sport. And by the way, you may have noticed that we're both wearing Continental shirts this time. That's because right now, if you purchase a set of qualifying light truck or SUV tires by August 31st, 2020, you can receive up to a $100 Visa prepaid gift card. The promotion is only available in the United States, and the full details are...
do they just sell, like, because they talk about them a lot, just Continental tire, Continental whatever, sport, you know, whatever, contact, whatever, tires or something like that. Like, are they, like, the best tires you can get? Because, like, I don't know, like, let me see. We have 3 years of development, over 1,500 tire tested on over 20 minutes. Damn, okay. All to deliver endurable to all terrain tires. Okay. But even when I get my new car, I'll try them out. Not saying that the car I have is not good enough for these tires. Just, you know, just to save up money. But yeah, I'll try them out. Maybe they are really that good. I mean, I'm gonna burn them rubbers though, but
are available at the link in the top.
they're pretty
comment.
meaty though.
And don't worry, you Canadians, we're going to keep you guys posted for when there's some stuff for us up here in the Great White North. And before we get to the back end... oh my God,
yes.
Those crackles.
That sounds way better than the Red Eye. Like, the Red Eye, when he was revving it, if you want to go back to it and see it, like, when the Red Eye was revving it, it was like, okay, but that sounds a lot better.
Back end looks good. We've got a nice little black spoiler.
Yeah, and I love these taillights.
The taillights are classic. They nailed it like so many years ago and just kept them the same.
And then we got real exhaust down there, and everything just looks so wide from behind.
It's probably the most perfect Charger they've ever built.
Thick with 3 C's.
Hey, did I ever tell you that in one of the Fast and Furiouses in Brazil, they stole Dodge Charger police cars that were brand new, but then when they used them to steal the vault, the crew switched them out for older Dodge Chargers because you could see that from the taillights.
Well, you told me right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dodge Charger fact number 1 of 1. That's all I got.
Yeah.
But ideally, I would like to have it in that one blue color that they released it in.
Yeah, that blue color is really nice.
That everyone reviewed this in about a whole year ago.
Probably about that, yeah.
So now moving on to the interior quickly before I go through Cliche Corner and you get behind the wheel. It's pretty much every single FCA, Dodge Challenger, and Charger.
It's exactly the same.
We've got a pretty decent, in fact, actually pretty good infotainment.
I really like FCA's infotainment.
It can be a little slow sometimes when you're loading performance pages, but you have all that stuff. You've got line lock, you've got launch control, pretty much everything you need there.
And it's got a bunch of really cool features for post-race, like race cooldown, where it'll cycle the fluid for the supercharger and cool it down after.
And then our gauges are analog on the left, analog on the right, digital in the middle. It shows every single digit through the speedo, and you can go through so many different pages and get so many different useful options.
And I should mention that I actually did check the fuel economy on this because I took a couple-hour road trip in it, and I had it in eco mode for everything, cruise control on, and I got 11.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is the quoted numbers for this car.
Okay, let me go through cliche corner, and then we'll finish off the interior with you.
God, that's a slide.
This thing really wants to get away from you, and I was like, no throttle there.
And that's actually traction control on.
Yeah, I think on a track, you can be careful with this and push it really hard, but this thing can get away from you very easy.
Yes, you don't know what you're doing.
Okay, your turn.
Okay.
Launch control button.
Let me deliver some mail through the mail slot and send it. Oh, yes! Oh my god. All right, that's enough. Holy crap, I love that.
Man, everything Hellcat, SRT, it's so...
Oh, snap.
Hellcat is
Whoa.
the best.
He destroyed the payment? What? Go back. I was wondering why they went back just to show that. I'm like, why? I just see tires. But he destroyed the payment.
Holy crap, I love that.
Man,
They're going to do a slow-mo. Just look at the tire. Look what it does.
Hellcat, SRT, it's so good.
Hellcat is the best thing
Woo!
they've ever done.
Do you guys know how to make fun cars better than everyone else?
Yes.
Like this is exactly what I want out of a high horsepower car.
Dodge claims that this is the most powerful and fastest mass-produced sedan in the world.
Well, yeah, because I guess there's like the Project 8, and then there's also the GTA Modificato,
Yeah, which are not mass-produced.
and I totally buy that.
Oh yeah, like this is incredible. Like what's faster than this with 4 doors? Like nothing? Well, this can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.8 seconds apparently, but have we ever got that number? I doubt it.
You made the mistake of saying 4 doors, not sedan.
Oh yeah, whatever. Sorry, because that would be the AMG GT 4-door.
Yeah.
And speaking of little stipulations like that, Porsche just got the fastest executive sedan Nürburgring lap with the Panamera.
Yo, these records are stupid,
Yeah,
and I think everyone should like aim to have the cars land at the exact same time.
but they're also...
Yeah, well, we're lucky because we get to drive it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll probably get to more interior stuff later. Let's keep talking about driving.
Okay, can I wait? I'm not even gonna ask. Watch this upshift, bro.
Why did he smack
It's so aggressive, but it's so good. You can like
Why did he
use all the
smack
gears,
the-
like shifting is fun.
What? Why did he smack it like that? Look at this upshift, bro.
Yeah, well, we're lucky because we get to drive it.
Yeah.
Look at his
All right,
face
we'll
when
probably
he
get
do
to more
this. Look
interior
at
stuff
him.
later. Let's keep
This
talking
shit
about
is too funny.
Okay, wait.
Look at his
I'm
face.
not even gonna ask. Watch this upshift, bro.
Watch this upshift,
driving.
bro.
It's so aggressive, but it's so good. You can like use all the gears. Like shifting is fun, getting into manual is fun.
The gear ratios are good. Like everything about it.
Everything about it's good. And okay, say you're in auto drive mode. If you try to use the paddles, it won't let you because it knows you're in auto. You actually have to click the shifter over to manual to do that.
And about the drive modes, to get to them, you have to press the SRT button.
Yeah, and then you got to dig through to the drive mode button, and then you can see which mode does what. But if you double click the SRT button, it'll go right to one of the fast modes and turn traction off, which is kind of sketchy.
I think it's really cool, and I'm going to send it into Cliche Corner in track mode, however, with traction in sports, so that I don't die. And let's see what it does in the proper gear. Oh my... Okay, so it's obviously a huge sedan, and it can drift like crazy, and there's a ton of body roll, and I'm 40 feet in the air, but I love every single bit of it.
Okay, the predictability factor, I think
Huge.
the highest on this. The Corvette Z06 that we
That's the
drove before.
deadliest.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was so sketchy. This is like more horsepower, more control. Yeah, it's heavier, but like still, I feel way better doing everything in this.
I feel like I can drift this one-handed while drinking a Monster, whereas I would totally just die in a Z06 with both hands on the wheel. Power delivery is great. There's no lag.
Yeah, I love superchargers.
And
I-
V8s.
I love the sound.
And just like every other Hellcat version that we've driven, it sounds incredible, so let's take a listen to the outside.
probably one of the best exhausts combined with the best supercharger from the front.
Yeah, that whine is just so good. There's the right amount of it, whereas like the GT500 didn't have any whine.
Dodge is just the best, I don't know.
And we haven't talked about the transmission yet. That's because we have zero complaints about it. It's a ZF 8-speed that we know and love because it's in every FCA product pretty much. It's in all the Hellcats that don't have a manual transmission, and you can't get a manual in this. If you want a manual with a Hellcat, you have to get a Challenger, which is totally fine, but this is perfect for a sedan.
Yeah, I think if you needed a car for your family and like you managed to like bamboozle your wife into letting you get this, it would be perfect, and then you wouldn't need it in manual.
No, exactly. Like, this is totally fine in auto. You leave it in auto, you floor it. Even from eco mode, you just floor it on the highway and it's great.
But it still kind of does suck that the paddles are half paddles on the steering wheel with the radio buttons behind. I love the radio buttons, but like,
Yeah, them paddles
they
look
have
pretty
big
cheap.
paddles on a Charger.
I totally agree.
I hate that with a passion. I hate that. I hate this blank buttons on just a car. I hate that with a passion. I hate it. Just looking at that steering wheel with those three, like, on the right-hand side of the steering wheel. If you see SRT on the T side, where you see that black bar that's just empty, I hate that. I hate having that because it feels like I don't have the top tier or I'm missing, you know what I mean, whatever. It just, like, I just hate that. I hate it. Like, I honestly hate it.
Now let's get into this interior a little bit more. The steering wheel itself is massive, but it's good that you can vary how the steering feels depending on which mode you're in.
And behind the steering wheel, we got these huge couch cushion seats.
Well, I guess in front of it.
In front of the steering wheel. Like, when you first get into one of these Charger Hellcats, you're like...
He said behind the steering wheel. I had to think about what he just said.
Big paddles on a Charger.
I totally agree. So now let's get into this interior a little bit more. The steering wheel itself is massive, but it's good that you can vary how the steering feels depending on which mode you're in.
And behind the steering wheel, we got these huge couch cushion seats.
Well, I guess in front of it.
In front of the steering wheel. Like, when you first get into one of these Charger Hellcats, you're like, what am I sitting in? This isn't a sports car. And then after a few minutes, you're just like, you know, I'm really comfortable, and I'm also faster than everyone, and I've got the best predictability factor.
Yeah, and they're just genuinely super comfortable. I drove them for like 2 or 3 hours on a road trip, totally fine. And there's also plenty of back seat room, except my head is actually in the glass portion, so that kind of sucks. If you were bald or something on a road trip, oh man, you'd get a burn on the top of your head for sure.
And we usually never ever box test sedans, but we want to show you for once in a while why we don't.
Box test!
This can only fit 3 boxes. We've got Tony's box, who's new to Patreon.com, and we've got Happy First Year Anniversary.
That's one of the factors that I was thinking about getting that I would give a plus to the RS5. It's the simple fact that it's a hatchback, and knowing how much I love hatchbacks and all the room that you can put in it, that will lead me towards that. The horsepower is like, jeez, man, like. And knowing that it's like almost close to the same price as the Hellcat, I'm pretty sure. When they get to the price range, I'm pretty sure because the Hellcat right now, I looked it up before in the past. It was going for like 60 to 70 or maybe 80 for a red eye. And then the actual Hellcats was like, I think the red eye was going a little bit higher, like 80, maybe touching 90, I think. But it was like 80, 70-ish range. And then the Hellcats was like 60, I think. 60 to 70 range, I think, or something like that. But it's like knowing that the RS5 is like up there too. It's like, yeah, I get a hatchback. It looks a lot cleaner. The RS5 is a little bit more compact. It's not a bolt. You know what I mean? All-wheel drive. But it's like would I want to risk horsepower and outdated look or new dated look hatchback, more room, smaller, than having heavier, because it's, I don't know. And the gas mileage is totally different. So that's a big factor. I'm only paying like $130 for gas every week or something like that. Like, that's insane.
Anyways, even with such a huge sedan, 3 boxes, that's why we don't do it.
But if you do want your own name on a box, head over to patreon.com/thestraightpipes.
And some more goodies coming there soon.
Ooh,
Keep your eyes peeled.
more stuff.
So then we should probably get to the visor test.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Dodge always does a great job. 3, 2, 1.
Yes, full pass.
And extensions.
Extra pass. Good
And
job.
then cup holders Fits just fine. Today I'm rocking a medium because I'm extra thirsty and extra tired.
And the suspension is so comfortable. I mean, look at the thing. It's a 4-door sedan. It's super comfortable in every mode. There are 3 different modes. It's Bilstein adaptive dampers, and I really like what they did with it.
Is it definitely a cheater car for every single thing for a family?
It's kind of like an E63S, because that would actually be the competitor to this in terms of horsepower and all that kind of stuff. Not so much luxury, but this is kind of the same idea.
This is way more comfortable than an E63 is.
Yeah, and this is rear-wheel drive, so it's just more fun.
Even though
drift
E63s
mode.
can be drift mode.
Yeah. But I can still have the traction on in this, in rear-wheel drive mode.
Exactly.
Even though I'm using sport traction, because you can still get fully sideways
Which is
in
still
it. Yeah.
And we haven't turned traction all the way off.
No, because there's no need for it.
Unless you're doing burnouts.
But even then, this thing will do burnouts in
sport traction.
Exactly. It's like,
it's the perfect system.
It really is.
Okay, a couple things that suck that this doesn't have. Well, it's got a really bad old reverse camera, and it doesn't have a video recording device for driving like the Corvettes do and the Camaros and GM does. Because like GM is also super old tech, but they have that. It'd be nice to have.
Yeah, but this is just so old that it doesn't really matter.
I know, but like...
nobody even heard the word dash cam when this first came out.
I mean, the last gen Corvettes are old too, and they have the cameras.
Not that old. Well, maybe.
2013.
Yeah.
And this also has rewinding satellite radios, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto.
I'll be doing the same thing if I was up too. Like, I wouldn't even care about who I'm talking. I just want to...
Dude, I love this car so much.
Do you love it more than saying horsepower and torque?
I don't know. Both are pretty good. They go well together.
Okay, that's pretty much everything with the Dodge Charger Hellcat wide body. Let's get to the price.
You forgot SRT, but that doesn't matter. It starts at $84,345. And this one is $99,155.
This is exactly what I'd want out of a fast car with high horsepower.
This could be $150,000.
That's the difference. That's what I was saying, like around that range. But like that's like it's probably, I wouldn't say go down because people still buying Hellcats, but it'd probably be around 60 range, maybe 70. You know what I mean? But that's 70 grand for like a 770 horsepower car. But like for me, it's I don't know.
And I would still say it's worth it.
Would you take this over a Challenger?
I would definitely consider this over a Challenger if I needed the backseat room and the extra doors, but right now, I think I'd take a Challenger.
Yeah, because it kind of looks cooler because it's a 2-door.
Exactly.
And there's more variations, like you get the Demon and the Red Eye.
But this is just more dailyable. At least it feels like that because of the 4 doors. Like I can just shove groceries back there if I don't feel like opening the trunk, which is massive, by the way.
If anything, I think it's cooler if somebody has a Charger Hellcat instead of a Challenger Hellcat.
Yes.
Because you know it's like, oh, I need the back seat room, but I also really need 707 horsepower.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really cool thing to have.
So let us know what you guys think of this versus the Challenger, and
Yeah, I would. So for me, I would like to have them, but it's just outdated. Like for me, it's just outdated. Just the car in general. The backup camera is like, okay, it is what it is kind of thing. You could probably upgrade it, you could change the backup camera. I don't know if you can. I never tried to, but I'm pretty sure you probably can. Change the backup camera and but it's like I like a hatchback. I like to have that amount of room that I can just put stuff back there if I need to. I love having a hatchback, and the RS5 has that, and it's smaller, more compact, 444 horsepower, which is night and day compared to the Hellcat to that. But it's smaller, it's more compact, all-wheel drive, and it's like if you tune it up, I would never go past like 600. Maybe if I ever got that car with tuning it up, I think 600 to maybe 7 is enough horsepower. Just because if I want to race someone or if I'm just someone talking shit and they next to me, I could just go like that and just disrespect them. But for that, I would say that it's nice. I love the look of the wide body. It's just a different vibe. To be honest, it's just a different vibe, night and day. To be honest, it's just a different vibe, man. Like that, just that wide body. It's like just seeing that car driving down the street, just turning and sliding, and just seeing that wide body look. I don't know. I don't know. You just have to, I think, visually see it, not just see it on off of YouTube or something like that. Just visually see it, just coming towards you and hearing that sound. It's just like you'll just fall in love with it. You'll be jealous. Like it just like I don't know, but it's a nice car. It's just I think, excuse me, I think the gas is a major factor for me. Cause I know my friend, he uses his wife car most of the time. And he used that car for car meets and stuff like that. So he don't like driving it that much, all because of the gas. And like let's be honest, if anyone had a car, whether it's a Hellcat or the Hellcat Red Eye, like come on now, you're doing exactly what this guy is doing. You want to keep hitting that. You gonna keep hitting the gas. You gonna keep want to hear that whining sound. You gonna keep wanting to speed. Like let's be honest, like. No one's gonna get this car and drive normal. Like, come on now. Like, you get in this car to act crazy, to have fun. Like, this is a fun car every single day. It's just the gas is gonna be crazy, man. The gas price is gonna be crazy. But yeah. Hey, this is it for this video. I just want to show you my thoughts on getting a muscle car. Because I would think about getting a V8, but it's like the gas. This paying for gas is like, it's just ridiculous. Like, gas went up on my car. Paying gas in my car is getting ridiculous. And I have a fucking 4-cylinder turbo. Like, and from turbo supercharged, that's a whole different story. I'll talk about that next time on a different video. Because that's just still night and day. Turbo got to build its boost. I think supercharged is just there. So, but yeah, please like and subscribe down below. Hey, it helps the channel out, it helps me out, especially if y'all want to see me get a nice, like, brand new car, a nice, decent car. It does help me out. I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying to at least reach 1,000 before at least probably February or March, because I don't think I'm going to reach it after New Year's. I mean, after this year over. I mean, come on now. It's like literally a couple of days, so, well, a week. So, but hey, like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. I'm really active on my YouTube channel, so you leave any comment, you will get a response. If I'm not doing anything, you'll definitely get a response within 24 hours, really. But hey, another episode with me. So peace, man.